Have you ever considered the true importance of workplace safety, particularly in a healthcare setting? It's more than just a checklist item. It's about safeguarding lives, minimizing injuries, and fostering a culture of care. Reports reveal an alarming surge in workplace violence, with healthcare professionals being disproportionately affected. As safety officers, you bear the mantle of maintaining a secure environment. It's a responsibility that's both challenging and rewarding. Understanding the significance of safety in healthcare settings is the first step towards creating a violence prevention plan. A violence prevention plan is a crucial strategy to maintain a safe and secure healthcare environment. This plan is not just a document, but a dynamic commitment. It's an ongoing process that seeks to minimize the potential for violence, ensuring everyone's safety. The goal is to foster a culture where safety is paramount, where everyone is responsible for preventing violence. And remember, this isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It's tailored to your specific workplace needs. Creating an effective violence prevention plan requires a strategic approach and understanding of the key steps involved. The first step towards creating a violence prevention plan is securing management commitment and employee involvement. This is the cornerstone of your plan, but why is it so crucial? Well, management commitment provides the motivational and financial resources needed for implementing a successful violence prevention plan. It sets the tone, reflecting the seriousness with which the organization views workplace safety. On the other hand, employee involvement is equally essential. After all, they are the ones on the ground experiencing firsthand the realities of daily operations. Their insights can be invaluable in identifying potential hazards and suggesting feasible solutions. Moreover, when employees are involved in the process, they are more likely to take ownership of the plan and adhere to the safety measures laid out. They become not just passive recipients, but active participants in their own safety. So, the key here is to foster a culture of safety that permeates every level of the organization. Remember, a violence prevention plan is a team effort that requires active participation from all levels of the organization. The next step in the process is a thorough worksite analysis. Let's dive into what that means. A worksite analysis is a deep dive into the specifics of your workplace. It's not just about the physical layout of the building, but includes aspects like the nature of the work, the employees, and their interactions. Imagine yourself as a detective, keenly observing every detail of your worksite. You're not only looking for potential hazards, but also assessing the risks associated with these hazards. This is a multifaceted task. Firstly, you need to identify the areas that could possibly become a stage for workplace violence. These could be areas with poor visibility, confined spaces, or places where employees work alone. Next, consider the nature of the tasks being performed. Are there any that could potentially incite violence? Maybe tasks that involve confrontation, handling of sensitive information, or high-stress situations? These need to be flagged. Moving on, you'll want to scrutinize the interactions between employees and outsiders. Are there any potential flashpoints? Any situations that could escalate quickly? Identifying these can help you preempt and prevent incidents. But it's not just about identifying potential hazards. You also need to assess the risks associated with these hazards. This means evaluating the likelihood of an incident occurring and the potential severity of the outcome. Finally, it's crucial to understand the vulnerabilities of your workplace. This involves a thorough examination of your current security measures, protocols, and procedures. Are there any loopholes that could be exploited? Any weaknesses that need to be addressed? Remember, the goal is not to create a fortress, but to cultivate a safe and respectful work environment. Conducting a worksite analysis may seem like a daunting task, but it's a vital component of your violence prevention plan. It allows you to identify potential issues before they become problems, and to implement proactive measures to prevent violence. A comprehensive worksite analysis will provide valuable insights that will help shape your violence prevention plan. Once you have a clear understanding of the potential hazards, the next step is hazard prevention and control. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road. You've identified the hazards, and it's time to put measures in place to prevent or control them. This is not a one-size-fits-all process, as different workplaces will require different strategies. Let's start with implementing safety measures. This could be anything from installing security cameras and alarm systems for physical violence threats, to implementing strict confidentiality rules to prevent verbal or emotional abuse. It might involve reassigning employees to different roles or areas if they are at particular risk, or changing work procedures to reduce exposure to hazards. But it's not just about the physical environment. Part of hazard prevention and control is about nurturing a culture of safety. This means promoting respectful and non-violent behavior among all staff members. It could involve conflict resolution training or creating a clear policy on what constitutes unacceptable behavior. Training is another crucial aspect. All employees from the top down should be trained on the violence prevention plan. This includes understanding the hazards identified, the measures put in place to prevent or control them, and their role in maintaining a safe workplace. Employees should also be trained on how to report incidents and concerns, and how to respond in the event of an incident. Regularly reviewing and updating the plan is also essential. Hazards and the most effective ways to prevent or control them can change over time. Regular reviews ensure that the plan remains effective and relevant. This might involve conducting regular audits, seeking feedback from employees, or analyzing incident reports to identify trends or areas for improvement. Remember, the goal of hazard prevention and control is not just to respond to incidents, but to prevent them from happening in the first place. It's about creating a safe and respectful environment where everyone can do their best work. Effective hazard prevention and control are key to a successful violence prevention plan. The final step in creating a violence prevention plan is providing training and education. This is a vital aspect that should not be overlooked. Training and education serve as the backbone of any successful plan. They equip employees with the necessary knowledge and skills to maintain a safe and secure workplace. Think of it this way: a plan is only as effective as the people who execute it. Therefore, every team member should understand the plan thoroughly and know how to respond effectively to potential threats. This includes recognizing early signs of violence, understanding de-escalation techniques, and knowing when and how to report incidents. Regular training sessions should be conducted to keep everyone up to date on the latest safety protocols. Engaging, interactive sessions can help ensure that the information is not just shared, but also retained. Remember, the goal is to foster a culture of safety and respect. Training and education not only empower employees but also ensure the long-term success of your violence prevention plan. Now that we've walked through the steps, let's summarize what we've learned. First and foremost, management commitment and employee involvement are key. This step is all about fostering a culture of safety where everyone is on board, from the top brass to the frontline healthcare workers. Next, we turn to the worksite analysis. This step involves a thorough review of your workplace, identifying potential hazards and risk factors that could contribute to violence. The third step, hazard prevention and control, is where we roll up our sleeves and get to work. We implement measures to reduce or eliminate the risk factors we identified in the previous step. Finally, we have training and education. This is where we ensure that everyone in the organization understands the plan, knows how to identify potential hazards, and is aware of the appropriate response in case of an incident. Remember, a well-implemented violence prevention plan can significantly enhance the safety and security of your healthcare workplace.